All right, 007s. We have a very special video that I promised to one of you guys in the comments. You checked out my how to get more matches on Hinge video, but he wanted examples of kind of what my profile looked like. And, I guess just like some visuals to really make everything make sense. So I made you guys a PowerPoint or a Google slide. Now, I'm going to give a disclaimer. I'm no longer on Hinge. I have a girlfriend now, so there's no reason for me to be. But these are all the things I use to help me get more matches. You know what I'm saying? I had to make some changes, and I went through this so you guys wouldn't have to. So, how to get more matches on Hinge by Axel Black, aka 007 Leader, because we 007s over here. Let's get into it. I used to get no matches, and why you are not. Okay, so I was using bad pictures and I was using a lot of selfies. Now, if you look right here, these are like the pictures I used to use. Okay, so this is when I went to Vegas. We were in a hotel. I went and took a mirror selfie. Honestly, selfies are not the best pictures because they're not high quality, and a lot of guys are lazy and they don't want to ask their friends to take pictures, or they don't want to go out and take pictures. So they'll just snap a quick selfie, and that doesn't make you stand out. The best way to have success on dating apps is to stand out. 80% of men on dating apps are struggling. And why do you think that is? Because 80% of men are doing the same things. They're following the same patterns. They're using either really cringy gym photos with their shirt off, or they're having bad lighting. They're taking selfies in the gym bathroom mirror. You can see the urinals in the back. Like, it just looks really gross, and it doesn't display your lifestyle or show your best angles and the best version of yourself, because that's ultimately what you want to do. It's like selling a product. You're not going to take a shitty picture of your product and then expect people to want to buy it. You're going to make your product look as good and presentable as possible to make people want to buy it. Dating is no different. So I'm going to break down each picture and what's wrong with it. So this picture, okay, I don't look bad in the photo. I got a couple likes off of it, but I'm not in a nice area. This isn't really a good photo. I'm just taking a mirror selfie, just like 95% of guys do on the dating apps. Nothing really just makes me stand out unless the woman is just overly into how I look. But even then, it kind of takes some value off of how you look, because that's not how you really want to present yourself in that type of photo. This second photo right here. Again, I don't look bad in the photo, but I'm in the hallway of my apartment building, and it's just like a blurry photo. It's not very high quality. It's not displaying my style, my physique. It's not displaying anything that's really going to help me. Like I said, unless the chick just really likes your face card, just puts you at a disadvantage. It's not a high quality photo, and a lot of guys use stuff like this because it caters to the male gaze. As you know, as men, our aesthetic is a lot different from women. So, this is just like a photo you would send to the bros or something like that. Like nothing, seductive or nothing to make a woman have attraction. You get what I'm trying to say? This next photo, I was in a car, someone's hit my face, just took a quick selfie. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of using selfies on your dating profiles. If you want to use it for your IG story or something like that, okay, cool. But it's just not capturing anything about my life. I'm just sitting in my car. It's just nothing special. And this photo didn't do really well. I'm going to be honest. I tried all these photos on dating apps as my main profile picture, and I just didn't get a lot of good results when I was using these photos. This other photo, this was before I tried looks maxing or anything like that. I was extremely overweight. I think here I was around 250 pounds. My haircut was terrible. I had bad skin, jawline non-existent, just a fat face. I was depressed. I just had a lot going on. And the photo itself just was not all that great. I'm throwing up a 4. I don't know why I was doing that. I'm just sitting at the couch at my parents' house. The background is not the greatest. It's just not really a good photo. But we'll talk about this over here. So, majority of guys are taking low effort photos, but expecting high effort results. And that's a fact. All of these photos are low effort photos, especially these three, especially the selfies, because They're just low effort. You're just literally taking the camera, boom, and going about your day. You're not worried about your fit. You're not worried about the background. You're not worried about the aesthetic. Anything that appeals to women and the female gaze, you are not focused on. You're just doing whatever. Um, a lot of guys take selfies, shows the lack of lifestyle. So you're not showing what you like to do for fun, your hobbies, your traveling, things that make you, things that make you stand out, and things that just make you interesting. You want to appear interesting. They cater to what men find attractive. Like I said, the selfies and the random stuff that guys just do, like, women don't care about that. Incorrect use of prompts. This is a big thing, and I'm going to talk more about prompts in a second. A lot of guys, they use prompts to get so many more matches, to get women to message them first as well. Because a woman can find you physically attractive on the app, but if your prompts are all shitty and you come off boring, she's going to lose interest. Women attention spans are short as hell, especially on dating apps, because you're just swiping and they have so many options. This guy after guy after guy. You want your prompts to make her laugh, make her smile. You want it to invoke some emotion within her, and that will psychologically make her interested, and it will raise her interest level at times and make her want to talk to you. Like, I've seen countless videos on social media of girls reviewing guys' Hinge and dating apps, and the guys who always seem to do the best are not just the good looking guys. Yes, they do well, but it's the guy who looks good and he can make her laugh or make her feel some type of positive emotion. Also, sometimes with guys that aren't even that physically attractive, if they can make the girl laugh, she will like their profile just to have that conversation with him. So please utilize your prompts. Do not flake out on them. Doesn't stand out at all. I've been talking about that with all of these pictures. They're just basic pictures. They don't stand out. If your prompts aren't good, they're just basic. You're not going to stand out. You're just going to blend in with everybody else. And a lot of guys think, oh, well, you shouldn't be putting that much effort into women and dating and all that shit. But I want to explain something to you guys. What you have to understand is when you are on a dating app, the only thing that woman has to go off of is your physical. That's the only thing that she has to go off of. So if your physical is not on point, then nothing else is going to matter. That's why I say put in the effort and take the good photos, because it's not like she can go off your personality because you're not in front of her. She's just seeing pixels on the screen. So, yeah. Next, what do I use now? These are 4 photos that I use now. They're way better than my old photos, and I'll explain why. So I'm gonna break down the photos, and then we'll get into the what I wrote down for you guys. So this photo right here, I was in Brazil. I went on a boat ride. It's nice. It shows lifestyle. You see nature in the background. You see these mountains and things. You see the ocean. You see the architecture of Brazil. I put on a nice fit. I put on like a linen button down with some white linen pants. It matches the boat aesthetic. It's a good photo. This picture also in Brazil, we went to this restaurant where you could see the whole city in the background, and it was the favelas. You could see the lights in the background. I have a nice shirt on. I'm smiling because I used to not believe in smiling. I thought that looked soft, but I realized it only looks soft to men. Women tell me all the time that I have a really nice smile and I should show my smile more. So that's appealing to the female gaze. You get what I'm saying? It's like, what we value as attractive and what women value as attractive is way different. We are more into the things that are super masculine, where women like a man who has a balance of masculinity traits and feminine traits. All right, we're not about to do this. I'm about not sit here and stutter. But I'm utilizing a feature like my smile. I'm not doing a wide two smile. But I'm just doing a subtle smile. And my girlfriend really loves this picture, and I got a lot of compliments on this picture. So it's just a good picture. This photo right here. Most guys, whenever they want to show their shirt off or their physique or their body, they go and take a gym photo shirtless. To be honest with you, yes, if you have a nice body, you can get women this way, but it looks very douchey, and you could do it in a much more subtle way. Like here, I got a coconut. I'm drinking a coconut. I'm at the beach. I have my shirt off. And it looks normal because guys normally have their shirts off at the beach. It doesn't look forced. It doesn't look try hard. It's just a really good photo showing lifestyle, showing travel, showing adventure, and I can show some sex appeal in the also in it. And this photo right here. Now, I know this is a gym selfie that I talked about, but one selfie does not hurt. I'm talking about when your profile is full of selfies, but one gym selfie, I did this because it's showing my physique. You can see my arms here. You can see a slim figure. You can see kind of like almost like a V. Like you can see my physique, and I got compliments on this because a lot of guys aren't in good shape. So whenever you are in good shape, yes, you want to show it. You just want to do it in a subtle way. You know, if I'm doing a third strap where I'm in the mirror, my shirt's off, and I got my pants down where you can see the V taper and all that, then obviously that's not going to send a good message. You know, it just presents yourself in a really kind of shitty way or like a raunchy way. You want to still be classy because you can show sex appeal without fully giving everything. It creates some desire and some mystery. So these are all good photos I got somebody to take for me. They're not selfies except for this one. But like I said, it's about the sex appeal. So high quality photos, because like I said, most guys are not taking high quality photos. They don't want to put in the effort because they think it's just easier to just grab their phone, or they're embarrassed to ask a friend to take a picture. Like they don't like putting much effort into things that will help them. That's what I realized with women. A lot of guys, they rather focus on getting their money. They rather focus on video games. They rather focus on everything but getting women. But then they wonder why they're not having success on dating apps. You have to change the game. I know it might look try hard. I know you might be like, oh, well, you're doing the most. But with anything in life, the harder you work and the smarter you work, the more results you will have. So do what's best for you. Showing lifestyle. Like I said, you're not trying to like make yourself look rich, but you do want to make yourself look like you enjoy life. If all your photos are you sitting at the house, or you just doing something that doesn't look interesting, it's not telling much about your personality. It's not telling a story. Women love using their imagination. That's why women love like those books that are like romance books, and they love like reality TV and everything. They love putting themselves in certain situations. That's why shows like The Bachelor do so well. Think about it. You're going on a date with a guy, and the show has paid for you guys to go all these exotic places, these beaches and candlelit dinners and riding horses and all this fairy tale stuff that you see in movies. Of course you're going to fall in love. You're basically living a fairy tale. So whenever a woman sees that your lifestyle is outgoing and you're doing interesting things, she starts to imagine herself doing these things with you. Like imagine a woman seeing this photo. She would think about her being on a boat, maybe in a bikini, maybe on a dress or whatever, with me. Or she sees us going out in a city at night, you know, on a date or something. Or she sees us at the beach drinking coconuts, relaxing. Or she sees us at the gym working out together. Or she could see, you know, my body and start to think whatever she wants to think like that. Like, you know, run through her imagination. But all of these photos are basically showing your lifestyle. Sex appeal goes with any shirtless photo or any physique picture. Utilizing smile, like I said, women compliment my smile all the time. So in two of my pictures, I'm smiling. I'm showing what women like about me. Using prompts, that's going to be another slide, but you definitely want to cater to women and the female gaze. A lot of guys use prompts that are attractive to guys, and that's why girls don't message them first, or that's why their profile gets skipped, because their prompts are just boring and low effort. Dressing well, like I said, putting on nice fits in your pictures, like just doing a step above what the average guy is doing. The average guy is wearing graphic tees, he's not ironing his clothes, or he's not putting fits together. You know, he's not staying groomed and doing things that really present himself well. Feed her imagination, like I said, the travel, the lifestyle, and all that stuff like that. You want her to look at your pictures and imagine her going on a date or doing something with you, giving her basically a point of view of what she would see on a date. Because look at these three photos. This is basically a perspective of you'll see if you were dating me. We would go nice places. You would see us doing nice things, and it feeds her imagination. Versus these pictures here. There's nothing special. What is she going to imagine? Her coming to my apartment, me taking a picture in the mirror in the bathroom, me sitting in my car, me at my parents' house. That doesn't feed her imagination at all whatsoever. What can you do today? Okay. So you can do all of these things immediately. It doesn't take a lot of time. So start working on yourself to be the most attractive you can be. Guys, you have to understand something, right? I'm not saying I'm the best looking guy in the world, but I have worked pretty hard to make myself more attractive than I used to be. So you want to start getting regular haircuts, especially if you're a black dude. I know white guys and guys of other races, they can get away with more of the longer hair and things like that. But if you're a black guy, even if you have like dreads and stuff, you can still go get a lineup. You can still get tapers, fades, or whatever you want to do. You just always want to make sure you look groomed. Most guys do not care that much about their appearance. They think it's gay. They think it's feminine. But guys, the men who are getting the most women and the most attractive women are normally guys who take care of themselves physically. A lot of women like the pretty boys. And when you get older, they do like the guys more rugged with the beards and things. But those guys are still very neat and very groomed. And I have a video talking about how to appeal to the female gaze. You should go check it out because that video will tell you exactly how to appeal to the female gaze. And a lot of guys say, well, you shouldn't just do things for women. You should do what you like. I'm going to be honest with you. You wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't trying to get women. So I'm giving you what works. If you want to keep trying to do it yourself, go ahead. But I do what works. Okay, so style. Like I said, a lot of guys don't like to put effort into style. They like to throw on whatever. And the thing about it is, if you don't stand out in the way you dress, if you don't dress in an attractive way, whether it's streetwear, whether it's old money, I'm more of an old money aesthetic kind of guy. But there's some guys that wear streetwear that women like, but the main thing is you just want to make sure your clothes fit you well and they match. That is the main important thing. If your clothes fit you well and you match, you are good. Especially if you have a good physique. A lot of guys say your physique is the outfit, and that is completely true. You can take two guys wearing the same thing, but the guy with a better physique, he is going to look a lot better almost every time. That goes hand in hand with fitness. Get in the gym, lose some weight, get to a lower body fat percentage. I'm still in the process of doing that right now. I want to be like 13% body fat, and I'm a little bit more than that right now. But I'm cutting down, and I'm still working on it. Even though I have a girlfriend, I still understand that my appearance is still a huge thing. So yes, get into the gym. Go at least 3 times a week for an hour, and get at least 10,000 steps a day. And you eat pretty clean, you will be fine, bro. It's not rocket science. If you're fat or overweight, caloric deficit. If you are skinny, do a clean bulk, do a surplus, eat more calories. It's that simple. How to get good pictures. Go out with tripod or friends. The reason I say tripods is you can take pictures of yourself. What I used to do is I would take my camera on my phone. I would use my tripod. I would sit it up. I would make it face me where the front camera is facing me. And I will record a video of myself. And I would take screenshots from the video. Now, the only problem with that is sometimes you will sacrifice quality because you're taking a screenshot from a video. So you'll sacrifice a little bit of quality. Or you can set your back camera up with your tripod and get a clicker, because some tripods come with clickers. And you can just take the pictures yourself by clicking and they won't see the clicker in your hand. Or you can just ask your friends. A lot of guys are embarrassed to ask their friends. I'm kind of that way a little bit. I've got more comfortable because my friends, we all do it for each other for dating apps and Instagram. But I used to be a little nervous to ask my friends to take pictures. But if you have good friends, whenever you go somewhere nice, just get them to snap a picture and be like, hey, I'm trying to build my Instagram. I'm trying to build my dating app. And if they're real friends, they'll do it for you. They're probably going to talk some shit, but they're going to do it for you. But yeah, that's way better than taking selfies, guys. And this is the cheapest option. It's basically free. Look up nice scenic places in your area and take pictures there. 2 outfits per location. And the reason I'm saying this is on Hinge and most dating apps, you need like at least 6 pictures. You can do less on some dating apps, but I feel like 6 is a good number to really showcase like who you are and what you got going on. And I say do 2 outfits per location. That means you only really got to go to 3 locations. So what I'll do is there's this one place near me called Fenton Shopping Center, and it's like a really nice like living area / shopping center and movie theater, and it's just very aesthetically pleasing. And I will go to there's like 2 or 3 different places that look different in that area that you can get photos at. And I utilize places with multiple photo locations. That way you don't have to go to many locations. But I'll bring 2 outfits with me. I'll take pictures, I'll change, take more pictures, and you already got like 4 pictures plus you could get in a day. Even all 6 if you wanted to. But what I'm saying is all you need is 5 good pics and like a decent selfie. And that will make you stand out way more than most guys. I'm just being completely honest. You will lap 80% of guys on dating apps. Okay, that's the cheapest option. Now we're going to go up the more expensive option, but I highly recommend this. Hire a photographer with a 55 meter focal lens because of lens distortion. I'm going to explain this to y'all. Okay, whenever you are in a mirror versus whenever you're taking a picture, 9 times out of 10, we look better in the mirror, right? And that's because our brain processes when we're closer versus when we're further away, right? Our brain has to process that. So our brain does a good job processing it and showing what we actually look like in the mirror. Even though in the mirror everything's flipped, so it's kind of inverted. People see you the other way, unless you buy a true mirror, and then you can see yourself how other people see yourself. But you're going to look better because you're used to seeing yourself in the mirror. Whenever you're on camera, there's this thing called lens distortion, where whenever the picture is closer to you versus further to you, the camera doesn't process it as well as our brain does. When you use a regular lens that comes with most cameras, a standard lens, but when you get a 50 millimeter lens that's higher, it's very good for portraits. It kind of eliminates a lot of the lens distortion and it shows more accurately what you look like, because a lot of time when you're on camera, that's not how people actually see you because of lens distortion. And you can do more research on it if you want. But yeah, you want to hire a photographer, go to nice locations, just like I said, with your tripod or your friends. And you either want this to be a dating app photographer. There's starting to be more and more dating app photographers where they specialize in building your Instagram and your dating. Or you can get a portrait-based photographer, which is a person who takes pictures like headshots for models and things like that. Like, they know how to make somebody look good. They're not just taking pictures of nature and random stuff. They're actually used to working with people and models. But this is a more expensive option, but I always recommend it because your photos are going to come out with the most high quality because they're using an actual camera and you're working with somebody experienced. Give them your SD cards to use to get the photos same day. I can help you touch them up for cheap. Practice posing a few days before. So I'm going to break that down. So what I mean by this is whenever you have a camera, you use an SD card. That's how you get the footage off of the camera. So most photographers, what they'll do is you'll pay for the session. They'll take your photos, then they'll try to touch them up and send them to you. And it could take them days, weeks, however busy they are, the longer it will take them. But if you give them your SD card to put in their camera, you can get your SD card back right after you guys are finished taking photos, and you can go home and pick out which ones you want. So what I say do is do that, and then I can message you or get on a call with you, and I can touch your photos up with you, and I'll do it for like super cheap. I'll do it for like $5 to $10 because I'm trying to actually help you guys. That way you can get your photos back the same day right then, and you can get it out the way and start using them. But you want to practice posing. The reason I say this is whenever you practice and you figure out what's your best angles and the way that you like to take pictures that you feel like make you the most attractive, whenever you go do the photo shoot, whenever you go take pictures with your friends or by yourself, it will be a lot quicker and a lot smoother because you already know what makes you look the best. It won't be awkward posing. And you can also go online and look up different poses. People make videos about it all the time. But yeah, you kind of want to go ahead and come into the photo shoot prepared so your session goes by quicker and you get a lot better pictures. But I went from 0 to 1 match a month. Like, I remember there was a time where I would get no matches, and if I did, it would normally be for 2 reasons. Either it'd be I swipe right on a girl I'm not really interested in and I'm not that attracted to, and I know she's not all that attractive, so I'll probably match with her, or I was matching with like bots and shit. Because if you're on like Tinder and certain dating apps, they have like a shit ton of bots now. And like, it's so disappointing when you think you match with a baddie or some fine shit and the whole time it's a bot. That shit is crazy. Next, how to use good prompts. So there are 2 types of guys on Hinge. There's the typical guy, and then there's the guy who succeeds, okay? So here's a bad example that most guys use. They'll pick the prompt, my typical Sunday is blank. Most guys will say watching football and drinking beer with the fellas or with the guys. What emotion does this evoke in a woman? Why would this, or invoke? Why would a woman be interested in a guy like that? That's just a typical boring answer. She's not going to be there. It doesn't appeal to you and her. That's the whole point of a dating app, is to think about dating. Like, that's a bad prompt. A good example, what I'm looking for, or what I'm looking for in a partner, or whatever. You could say a D1 yapper that likes eating a lot. This is a prompt that I use, especially when I went to Vegas and I tried Hinge on Vegas. Bro, this prompt, I swear to God, got me more matches than I think almost any picture or anything else. Because most girls are yappers. A lot of girls, they like to yap. Even shy girls, once they get to know you, they won't shut the hell up. So when you say that, that's going to pique her interest. I had so many girls tell me, oh, I'm a D1 yapper. I never shut up. I never know how to shut up. Now she's kind of qualifying. Now she's trying to kind of convince you that she's what you want. Especially when it pertains to who she really and naturally is. This gives her some form of excitement because she's like, oh shit, I'm a D1 yapper. It appeals to her. That likes eating a lot. Most girls like eating. The skinniest girls be eating more than big girls. I don't understand it. But when you talk about that, they think about you guys going out to eat. They think about a lot of different things. They think about you guys trying food because a lot of girls are foodies. So this is something that she can use to message you first. You know, it's even better when a woman messages you first because normally that's higher interest. Most women's ego will not let them message first. So when you have a prompt that can get her attention and make her want to message you first, that's how you know it's a good prompt. So make the prompt about her so she can open you or you interest her. That's basically everything I just said summed up. What you do not want to do, and so many guys do this, I used to do this, and it just does not work. Do not overshare as far as political party. Never put your political party. I was helping my friend Christian set up his Tinder. He had his political party in his bio, and I'm like, bro, only thing you're doing is disqualifying yourself. And what I mean by this is, if a woman wants a guy that's a liberal, and you're a conservative guy, and you put that on your profile, she's instantly going to swipe left without even giving you a chance. Because I've dated girls where we had different political or religious beliefs, but they still rock with me because once they got to know me, by the time they found out what my beliefs and views were, they had already built up that connection where it didn't matter as much. But when you don't have any rapport or any connection, she's going to judge you off of what she sees on the screen. So don't disqualify yourself. Just don't put things like that up there. Also, don't put your job because it causes expectations. I have a really good job, and I don't like the fact that sometimes whenever I used to tell women what I did, they expected things from me just because of my job. So now I really don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I realized it took away a lot of expectation whenever you don't put your financial situation and things like that. Don't type a crazy long bio. Use the mystery to attract. This is mainly for Tinder, because Tinder is the main app. I know you Tinder and Bumble that you type a bio for. But a lot of guys are like, hey, my name is Sean. I'm 25. I like taking long walks on the beach. I haven't been in a relationship in 2 years and this and that. It's like, bro, you're telling her too much. She doesn't even need to go on a date with you because she's judging you off of everything that you're telling her. Keep the bio short and sweet. You can put like your age, something that you like to do for fun, or like me, I used to do like travel, wine, and like, you know, just different things like that she could also come and be a part of. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're almost inviting her to step into your world. Don't lie about your height. A lot of guys do this. I've never lied about my height because I really don't think I have to. I'm like 6'1", 6'2", 6'1.5", I say. Last time I got measured. And I just straight up put my height. But the thing is, when you lie about your height, if you're going on a date with a woman, you're already going to come off looking bad if you lie about your height. Like if you're 5'9" and you say you're 6 feet, like it's a clear difference between 5'9" and 6 foot. Now, if you're 5'11", okay, I get it. You got shoes on, you're probably going to be 6 feet. But don't over lie. Like short guys get women. A lot of guys cope and think that shorter guys don't get women. I know plenty of short guys that get more women than my tall friends. Like I have a friend, he's my height, he's like 6'2", and he's a virgin. So it just does not matter. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter at all, but it doesn't matter nearly as much as you guys make it. It only matters so much because you make it matter so much. Recap. Use good photos. We talked about that. Make sure it's not just gym selfies or shitty photos. Go out, go somewhere nice, dress nice, look nice, and you will get more matches. How to get good photos. I told you you could hit up a photographer and I can touch up your photos, or you can go out with your own tripod and take your own photos, or you can ask a friend. That's the cheaper option. Just make sure you're going somewhere with nice scenery that shows a little bit of excitement and lifestyle. Also, I want to talk about something. If you take pictures with friends, please, please, please do yourself a favor. Make sure you have mainly photos of just you and not photos of just your friend group, because one, the girl is not going to know who the guy is, which one of you it is. And please don't take photos with guys that mog you. When I say mog you, I mean guys who are taller than you and look better than you, because you are going to be getting hit up and girls are going to be asking you about your friend instead of you. This has never happened to me, but I've seen it happen to countless of my friends, and it's just like, don't put yourself in a bad position, bro. Appearance, haircut, style, fitness is that simple. People overcomplicate looks, matching, and glowing up. It's really just haircut, style, and fitness. Prompts, like I just told you guys, don't make the prompts about you. Make them about you, but in a way that you're inviting her or you're invoking some type of emotion about her or in her. Female gaze, it's all about your prompts, how you take your pictures. Like I said, smiling in some photos, not looking so serious, wearing a nice outfit, not just wearing clothes that men like, but clothes that women think look good on guys. It's just finding your style and finding your niche. And I do want to do a video on how to talk to girls on Hinge, because what I realize is once you start doing all these things, getting matches is going to become a lot easier, but you're going to start getting a lot of matches that don't go anywhere. And I want to tell you a good way how to weed out women who just want attention versus women who are actually interested and things could possibly lead somewhere. So if you want a video talking about how to talk to women on dating apps, because I used to struggle with that, just let me know. I'll make a PowerPoint kind of showing you guys some examples. But yeah, that's basically it for this video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. See y'all on the next one. Peace.